week we've been waiting for. The Masters is back in April, not November. We don't have to do a huge course preview for Augusta National. We've all seen it a million times. It's an amazing course. The best part about this is the DraftKings contests are on fire this week. It's a lot of fun. I personally play a lot more GPPs this week than cash because the contests are amazing, and I just like to have fun. But this is a different type of tournament. Just like every other major tournament, the pricing is very soft. But with that said, and also it's a smaller field that has a lot of amateurs that play, or a lot of old timies like Bernard Langert, who actually can top 20 an event, or a Stuart Sink, players of that caliber, some of the old guys. But so in a way, it kind of plays like a WGC event. Now, before we get a little bit more in depth, let's just take a glimpse back. It's 7,400 yards, par 72, bent grass greens over in Georgia. The fairways are Bermuda grass, and this course gives you a ton of easy holes where you can have streaks, but it also has a lot of tough holes and challenging holes that you can get a lot of bogeys or get in trouble. Not necessarily off the tee, but if you're out of position, your approach shot can be very difficult. So it's definitely a second shot course. And anything y'all want to add to Augusta and what we have going on here? This is an amazing week.
Yeah, by far the biggest week of the year for golf. And this field is stupid good. So, when you got people like, who's it? Paul Casey, 7,700, all the way up to all these. And Brooks miraculously has risen from the dead, and now he's playing on one knee. I think it's going to be a great week, especially because you can pretty much crop out like 20 people, and then you just have the top 70 players in the world going at it. So I think it's going to be a very fun week to watch. And from Westwood talked about how firm and fast the course was playing, that the groundskeepers were pissed that DJ shot -20 to win in the fall. So they decided that's never going to happen again. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see where the finishing score is. I think it's going to play much tougher than it did in November.
Do y'all go ahead, Dustin?
I was just gonna say the thing that brings another elevated aspect to me for this week is you have all these top guys that have won at certain times this year. You got JT that's won, Bryson, Rahm, even Spieth, obviously last week, Morikawa. So, all these guys right up there that nobody's really necessarily dominated this year. We saw DJ last year, when he went through that streak where he's killing everybody. So I think it's just a great week to see, who's going to come out on top. All the big names up there, all of them have won a few this year. Who's going to, come out and win it,
Yeah, I think you visually have to think about how you think the tournament's going to play out. There's a couple different things you got to think about and consider. So some of the young guns like Sanjay M and Scotty Scheffler, Price's guy, they played well here last year. Didn't Sanjay get second, I believe? But it was played in November, so you could fire at a lot of pins. DJ shot 20 under, where usually you're at 12 under as a winning type of score, or like 11 under. And if you're 5 under, you're top 20. You get a top 20, top 30 finish. So it seems like they firmed up these greens, and like y'all said, the greenskeepers are not happy about 20 under. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a -20. So realistically, some of the young guns, yes, if they played here once, but if they only played when it was in November, does that give them the confidence, or does that give them a false perception of what the tournament's going to play like this go around? And do you want to back away from some of those guys, or because experience here is crucial, because where you miss really matters. If you don't have that experience, it doesn't matter how much someone tells you. You really have to kind of go through it. This tournament's like nothing else. That's why you see Bernhard Langer get a top 30 here, or what's that other guy that always does really good?
Fred Couples.
Fred Couples, yeah, with his nice easy swing. Fred Couples will top 20 here. So I think that's one aspect of it. And then really, how do you think the course is going to play? If you think it's going to be a 12 under event and you're looking for someone to get a top 20 versus if the course is going to play top at minus 20, you can fire at the pins, then you can really play anybody. So those are the two things I'm looking at right now.
I don't necessarily care about the young guys who are aggressive because I think they're going to be aggressive no matter what. I am interested to see, I think they're letting fans in this time to see how that affects people, because it was really awkward to watch it on TV with no fans. And that kind of made it easier for the young guns too, who had never played, because you don't have to deal with all the big crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think, I mean, they're all pros. They've played on the hardest and toughest courses, toughest conditions. And so I only see them playing well in the last tournament as, a confidence booster. I don't think it's going to be, because they're all playing there this week. They're going to know what the conditions are like. So, and you've seen a lot of these guys play well, as of late. So a lot of these young guns and competing, on Sunday. So I think, like we were talking about before, pretty much anybody. What was the price point? 60. What'd you say price?
It's like 6,300 and down.
Yeah, it is pretty much out of it. But you look in there and you see guys like Phil Mickelson at 6,600. Obviously, hasn't played up to old Phil's, precision, but he can turn it on at any time. And Ian Poulter gets hot. He's played well here, 12th and 25th, sitting at 6,800. So a lot of intriguing plays. It'll be hard to figure out which kind of build to go this week, stars and scrubs, because even the scrubs aren't so scrubbish this week.
Yeah. And so that's where, like Phil, it's a second shot course. The fairways are wide open. You're not penalized for being in the rough, right? The pine straws can be penal, but it brings in players like Phil, who is getting older, kind of like that Fred Couples build. So can he get to -5 or -6, get a top 20 and pay off and allow you to have two top tier players? I think so. So that's kind of the dynamics of this tournament is incredible. Do you think it's fair to say it's like a WGC because the 6-6 rate of making the cut is, I think like 10% of lineups won't have 6-6 through.
Yeah, it's going to be super high. I think the only way it won is if a lot of people go stars and scrubs and take some of those cheap guys. But I think it's going to be at least like 40-50% and have 6-6. I believe last year we had a 6-6 get through and didn't cash.
Yeah.
We did. So do you think that puts the stars and scrubs approach a little bit for tournaments an advantage because it's so easy to just go a balanced build?
Yeah, but it's also like you have to hit on the scrub. Obviously, there's the one guy who's going to be super chalked this week, but you have to pick the right stars too. Because just because you have the best player, if you have like a DJ or JT or Rom who comes out and finishes 35th, your lineup's not going to do well.
Yeah.
So let's hop into it. The 10K range got Xander all the way up to DJ. Obviously the easy go-to is DJ here. He's top 10 the last 4 times out, obviously winning it in the fall. So, you start there, then you got Rahm, who's also played really well here. Bryson's kind of the easy one out of this group. As far
par
as
68 for him though,
Yeah, as far as past history. So Price, we'll start with you. Who do you give me your favorite and your least favorite out of this group?
John Rahm's my favorite. My least favorite is Bryson.
What you, Chris?
My favorite, well, I'm going to exclude DJ at 11.5 just because, like, look, 2017, he didn't play. He topped top 10 every other event, a first, second, and 10th, a fourth, and then he fell down the stairs and hurt his back. When in 2017, I think he won 2 or 3 tournaments in a row going into it, and he was the prohibitive favorite by a long shot or by a mile, and hurt his back because he fell down because he had some socks on his shoes or on his feet. So I think DJ is the clear number one, and he's priced that way. But I'm gonna go away from him because I really like Justin Thomas. I've heard a couple interviews with he's close to Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods has helped him learn about Augusta and learning the ins and outs and how to play the course. And look at the numbers. He got 39th, 22nd, 17th, 12th, and then 4th last year. He's in great form. His off the tee game can struggle, but with the way that the course plays, his short game, it's a second shot course. I've said that multiple times. His short game is amazing, and he's getting better and better. And old Tiki Woods is showing him how to play this course, and I think his 10-6 price is amazing. I personally am going to fade Jon Rahm. He just had the baby. I think it's easy for him to check out if it's not going well. It could be something where it could do the opposite effect, but I'm going to fade Jon Rahm. I think the easy choice would be Bryson, but I think Bryson is a great tournament play, so that's why I have to go with Jon Rahm.
I'm gonna go 2 here, equal parts Xander, equal parts Bryson. Xander's not playing the best as of late. Obviously missed the cut at the Players. Didn't do great at the match play. So I just spending that kind of money, having that kind of form, even though Rory's only 200 more and it's Rory, he has played well here. I'd rather go there. So for me, it'll be between probably Rory, JT, and Jon Rahm. DJ's a little pricey. I just don't, it's DJ, so he can go out and win it, but I just don't think that he's at that level that he was at. Coming into it this last year. So that's kind of my take on it.
All right, let's move on down to the next range.
First of all, let me get something off the table here. Y'all done hating on my boy?
No.
He's back.
No.
Texas is back.
Yeah, their men's basketball team did really great.
Yeah, their head coach left to go to Marquette.
Hey, we won the Big 12, and hopefully Baylor closes.
You won the Big 12 because they disqualified Kansas.
Well, Baylor's going to win the Natty, so we're good. Anyway, Jordan Spieth playing great. He's obviously proved that he's found something the past 2 months. A lot of top 5s, top 2s. So, I'm looking hard and heavy at Jordan Spieth this week. Obviously, has 2 top 5 finishes here, 2 top 3 finishes here the last 5 years, and is in great form. He's at 9,400. So, yeah, I like him. He's great around the green, scrambling. It's something you got to be able to do well here. Off the tee, it's obviously been his downfalls, when he hasn't been playing well. So, I think I like Jordan Spieth this range.
I'll let you go first on this one, Chris.
I'm just looking at Kawa and Cantlay right above him, and then below him you have Patrick Reed. Patrick is he still plays well at this course, like Spieth. Then you have Brooks and Finau, who's not in the best form but plays great here. Jordan Spieth to me is the odd man out there. I love Patrick Cantlay. I want to start my tournament builds with Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantlay, and find a scrub because I love Cantlay's 9th to 17th here the last couple of years, and that's who I'm going with. Fade. I mean, I'll probably fade Brooks.
Going out on a limb there.
I think I'm going to make one tournament lineup with Bryce. Start with Bryson and Brooks as a fun one, and that's probably going to be my best lineup. But I think Brooks is the easy fade. But at 9,200, we've had a lot of cheap not cheap, but low 9,000 priced golfers do really well for us. Like DJ was 9,100 at one point last year, and did really well. I think Kawa won at 9,100 as well. His major. I could be wrong on the Kawa one, but
I think he was like 8,600.
8,600. But DJ was 9,100, I believe, when he won. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Price. What the moral of the story is? Patrick Cantlay is the play here.
So, I think y'all know what I'm going to do.
Fade this whole range.
Fade the entire range and pray to God none of them win. After looking more, nobody's fucking looking at DJ. I want to play DJ, fade the whole 9K range, and just pray to God none of them go off. Even though 5 of them are in the top 9 of my model. But it's when it's basically a 65 main field, it's game theory. So if I think the best player in the world is going to actually show up to play, he should beat everybody.
Right now, I'm leading like a Cantlay Spieth to start mine.
And so I think that's going to be super popular. I think Cantlay is going to be one of the more popular because he rates out fantastic. He's played well all year. Kawa should be very popular too. I mean, he's top in like every metric but putting. Speed's been amazing. Great course history. Just won coming in. Finau, everybody loves him, and he's 9,100.
Yeah.
I think a sneaky play is Webb. I don't know if anyone really plays him, and if the course really is firm, he's going to be just fine. And he has decent history here. I believe he had.
Yeah, he has a 20th, a 5th, a 10th.
So I think if I'm going to go this route, Webb be my sneaky play. But personally, my main lineup build, I want to fade this entire range and just buckle up and hold on.
I understand because you want to get to the 8K range. You got your boy Scotty Scheffler.
Yep.
We got our boy. I'm telling you, Victor Hovland is kind of interesting here. It doesn't have a lot of history here, but he's a young gun that I'm not afraid to play. 8,700. I like that a lot.
He rates out so fantastic.
Yeah, his form his past couple tournaments has not been good. That's the only.
I'm not too worried about that with him. I feel like he's the kind of guy who doesn't worry about that kind of stuff too much. It seems like.
What about our boy Tyrrell?
No, I'm not. Stop it. First of all, he's managed to miss a cut here 2 of the last 4 years, and then got a 56 and then a 44th. I want no part of 8,900 Hatton.
Oh, he's gonna be so low owned.
But I'll tell you who's interesting. I mean, his price is not the best. We talked about it, but Lee Westwood.
No, don't do it.
You're out of your mind. Just because you saw him on Golf Channel.
I know. I mean, he's
runner-up 5 years ago doesn't mean shit.
I know,
Dude,
but
you're telling me you're going to take Lee Westwood over Daniel Berger?
Yes, because he hates Berger.
Berger is my. I can't stand Berger.
It might be his favorite dinner, but he's not his favorite golfer.
Dude, Berger has been so consistent and has played really well for a long time.
And has a good history here.
500.
Yeah, 27th, 32nd. Whoop-de-doo.
And a 10th.
Well,
in 2016.
What Lee Westwood do?
Experience matters, right?
Bro, you just said 2016 doesn't matter, and Lee Westwood got 2nd in 2016, and you're talking about Berger's 10th in 2016.
Who do you think is a better golfer, Lee Westwood or Daniel Berger?
I'm saying Berger's a better golfer. I don't care about
Westwood. Westwood's been on a tear this year. He's done better than Berger.
No, he hasn't.
For 2 tournaments.
Yeah,
back-to-back runner-ups. Before that, 61st miscut, 38th miscut, 13th miscut.
Yeah,
And
so
in case
and then he
in
missed his
he's in
last
good
cut.
form.
In case you didn't know,
Good
Berger won the Pro-Am.
He's getting old.
Hey, Berger won
Pro-Am.
3 tournaments ago. The Pro-Am.
The Pro-Am. That's like Spieth's victory last week, the junior event.
7th at the Sony, 10th at the Tournament of Champions. I mean,
look, I don't really care because I'm not playing this range that much because I'm playing Justin Thomas and Patrick Cantlay. So
I'm not going to play our mullet man. You know, Cam Smith's going to go off this week.
Cam Smith
is really intriguing. Look at his. He's got a fifth in the
his
second.
last like 10 tournaments.
He's been
amazing.
Yeah,
and I never play him.
And he got what? Yeah, he got second here last year and fifth 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
I'm in. Cam Smith.
Oh, wait, are you on Cam Smith over Scotty?
No, I'm using both.
All right, if you had to pick one.
If I had to pick, it'd be Cam Smith. He's actually shown up in these tournaments. I like Scotty, but Cam Smith has shown he's the real deal.
Your boy Decky's sandwiched in between them. You don't want him?
No, I'm good.
Or your boy Fleetwood, who won you 35,000, but kind of lost you 20,000 as well.
25,000. So yeah. Go take a hike. I hope he misses the cut.
But what if he missed the cut? You wouldn't have won the 35,000.
It was a no cut event.
He still could have. He could have pulled a not a Burger. Who's the one that shows up and then leaves after one hole?
That was Burger.
Burger, exactly. Another reason why you don't want to play him over Westwood. All right.
So I have a feeling both of you are going to skip this range because you like the 9K range.
Skip what range?
Well, honestly, Cam Smith at 8,200 is very. Actually, that is my play in the 8K range. Look at it.
Burger.
I think it's Cam Smith, Burger, and Fitzpatrick are the three.
Yeah, we just skipped over Fitz, who's been really, really good too. So
what sucks is there's so many good plays so that we ended up talking about them all. So let's go into the 7K range where we're going to be like, holy cow, this guy's 7K. This guy is 7.3, for example, Will Zalatoris. And right below him, you have, I'm not going to talk about Justin Rose, but right above him, you have Joaquin Niemann at 7,400.
7,100?
Who?
Homa.
Nah, he can stick to Twitter.
Well, I mean,
what's his term history? Has he played here ever?
I don't know.
I don't think he had. I think
he got cut last year.
Yeah.
Cut.
I'm out.
It's one time.
I'm out. What about Molinari at 7? I like What about Molinari? He's getting his home life is back. What?
I said, what's Spieth do the year before at the Valero?
Who's Spieth?
Exactly.
What about Molinari?
No.
Why?
Because home was better.
He's got a point.
And you know who is a super interesting
Molinari's
GPP
had a
player?
better career than Max Homa.
I mean, overall, yeah, but not the last 2 years. Look at what Homa's done this year.
Yeah, Homa's been really good.
Not only that, his 2 wins are corollary course setups to Augusta.
And he rates out. He's 5th in my model.
That's true.
Just because you hate him because he roasted your swing on Twitter or something doesn't mean you can't play him in DFS.
No, he would compliment the swing. I don't know, but
you just love Molly.
I'm looking at
yeah, I do. No, I love him, but he also has good history here, and he's coming into form. His home life is better. I'm all about it.
I don't care about his home life.
Yeah, you do. You would have just like John Rahm. Like it plays a factor.
He was having a baby.
Girl.
Well, that doesn't matter.
His girl had a baby.
Hey, I'll take a head-to-head right now. You get Molly, I'll take Matt Wolff.
No, you're talking about Max Homa.
I'm saying, okay, I'll take Max Homa then. Either one of those two against Molly.
I need odds.
Why? Molly has better history, right?
I gotta think about it. I gotta think about
Like
it.
I thought. All right, Dustin. what do
No,
you-
it's not like I thought. I gotta think about it. Because I actually like Wolf.
For me, for this range, I'm looking at Answer, Zalatoris, Homa, and Paul Casey. Those are my four.
You forgot the best guy.
Bubba Watson, bro.
No.
Or Sergio. Winners at the Masters in the 7K range.
Who's
Or-
your guy?
Price is gonna say Adam Scott.
Yes, sir.
Nah.
Adam Scott.
Told you.
Dude, look at that great 7K range of Wolf, Homa, Scott, Sergio, Casey.
No, I know.
I mean, it's so stupid. And, look at Casey, like 4th, 6th, 15th. And then, we use him and misses the cut. And then comes back in 38th last year.
Yeah. Keeps going.
What about Justin Rose?
No, thank you.
He's going to be so low. He's a freaking great tournament play.
I know, but no. He's burned me too.
Hey, guess what? You can't do your normal, I'm going to play cash only crap this week because it's not going to work. You're going to have to play GPPs with us.
Well, let's see who can score the highest GPP then.
All right. Let's move on. Let's keep the 6K range to two
The
names
actual
max.
people like 6,400 and up who actually have a chance to do anything.
You have to narrow it down to two guys you like.
Okay, so you can't talk about Corey Connors then.
Because he's
Chalk.
Yeah. So for me, if I had to pick two, I'm gonna go with I like Kokrak and Siwoo. Those are my two.
All right. So it's not about being chalk. It's about, is he going to top 15? Corey
He's
Connors.
not going to. You have to limit to two people. He's the obvious one, so you got to go somewhere else.
That can still be your one.
You have to do two others.
Depends on what you're playing. If you're playing cash and he's
You can play GP. You can play Corey Connors on GPP.
Well, I mean, you can.
You can differentiate elsewhere.
I'll give you the same head-to-head of Connors against my two guys in the low 7K.
You know who I want to look at his tournament history because I feel like I play him here a lot, Kevin Kisner, and I can't ever remember how he does because he's always in the 6K range. And he's a short hitter
on record saying I will never win at Augusta.
I know, but if he can top 25, top 20 it, if the course plays 5 under, Sergio Garcia also said he was never going to win a major. He's not good enough.
He's not.
And he won this tournament.
Lucky.
Yeah, and then he cut. Just saying.
All right. Talk to me about Fratelli.
I mean, he did good last year. He's long.
He's a long hitter. He did good last year.
He's just
6,700.
5 missed cuts in his last 6 events.
I'll take Munoz over him.
Yeah.
I like Ryan Palmer a lot I think it's one of his first times to play.
What about Woody? He's intriguing.
He's been awful here.
I know, and he's been awful this year until last week, Valero. I mean, and then he played really well.
I honestly would rather play Leishman than him. And Leishman scares the living hell out of me every time I click him. But Leishman, I think he's actually been pretty sneaky good. Nope. Back-to-back missed cuts. He ruined that streak.
Sneaky bad.
Sneaky bad. What a loser.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you just hope a made cut and they finish top 35 for you.
Cooch is another intriguing one that's had some good moments here in the past that's kind of found his a little bit of form as of late. The Dale match play and then the Valero. His Texas swing got him back on track. So, you play
are we just going to pass up on Gary Woodland?
Yes.
We just talked about him.
When?
We literally just said he's been god-awful here. He's missed 3 cuts.
I said he's got good form coming in from the Valero, but he's played poorly before that.
I think Bezuidenheid's a better play than Woodland.
Yeah, I actually agree.
And then there's really no
Anybody else?
cheap guys I like because
Matt Wallace.
I don't think he'll repeat his TD Green game, which was phenomenal last week. He can't putt.
I think the cheap guys is the low 7K range. The like a Neiman down. I think you can find your cheap guys there. Or I think from Neiman down to Connors is a lot of great plays.
Yeah, I agree.
I think when you go down below that, you just have to nail that guy, right? Like he's the one who has to top 10. And it's hard to pick. It's hard to figure that out.
VJ Singh's still playing if you want to put him in your lineup.
He was gawking at Bryson on the range today. But no, I think that pretty much covers it. Obviously, we talked about a bunch of people because it's a very stacked field. It's a very limited field. There's only
There's
87 people,
90 players.
You had a couple withdrawals.
Yeah,
I will say definitely fade Angel Cabrera, who is currently in prison.
Is he really
waiting to be extradited?
What do you do?
What's he in prison for?
I don't know.
Did he party with Paul Pierce?
Maybe. No, Paul Pierce is in social prison. He's in real prison.
He got fired, didn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, he's in prison, I believe, in Argentina or Brazil, waiting to be extradited to Argentina.
For what?
I don't know.
May not be anything. No, in those countries.
But pass. Definitely don't play him. I know he'll be low owned.
Good to know, Price.
Good play.
All right. I got to ask Price. What about Danny Willett?
I mean, it is going to be a tougher track than I think it has been the last few years. And he won it when it played really tough. He rates out decent. And he's been okay. I mean, 2 missed cuts, but 2 top 25s. I don't know. I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't know if I can get myself to click him. Like if I'm doing MME, yeah. But if I'm doing a single build or 3 build,
no
reason I click him.
No reason.
All right. Let's wrap this up here. That's a good start to the week.
Next Monday, we'll be talking about DJ with his back-to-back green jackets.
And you're going to be talking about what you're going to do with the $1 million?
He's going to put the jacket on himself. Ooh.
What does happen there? Is it the guy who did it 2 years before?
I honestly don't know.
Have we had a back-to-back Masters?
Maybe he'll put it on forwards. I have no idea, to be honest.
That's
but I sure as hell hope it happens. As my lineup would love it.
You'll change it by Thursday.
I won't. I'm locked in.
You lie. You're the king of change.
Yeah, adapt or die, baby.
No comment. All right. Let's go make some money. Bye-bye.